I did just a preliminary sort of layout plan of Belly of Ship, and I just wanted to see what you sort of liked and what you didn't like about it. So I figure all these walls would be wild. I know you said 3 walls, but I mean, we can subtract a wall or do whatever you want. I'd like to give you possibly 4 if there's.
Shot list and schematics are a director's best friend. It's really a checklist as you're going to make sure that you get everything that you need for coverage for the scene. We had a couple instances where I was able to take my shot list and my schematic, and I had to adjust it a little bit. But because I had thought through that and exactly where I was placing the camera, what lenses, how tight we wanted to be, which I pulled some of that information, or a lot of that information, from the storyboards that we created. But the schematics, it's really a blueprint for the day. How are we going to get the coverage? You don't shoot the reactions back and forth. You obviously shoot out all of one actor, and then you turn to the other way and you shoot out all of the other actor. And having that shot list and schematics is going to make sure that you get your wide, your establishing shot, your medium shots, your tight shots, cowboy, whatever you need to get, you know, the appropriate amount of coverage to make sure that you're going to be able to edit the film together.
By putting the camera back here, Tristan's put a longer lens on so that we can be closer, but that's going to put everything out of focus more. Whereas when we were over here, we were closer and on shorter lenses, so the depth of field is greater. So
an example of when those schematics and the shot list really paid off was we were shooting the New York scene.
He goes, you'll come over here, throw it on there, cut the string and open it up and come up with it. Okay?
All right.
And had it all charted out to be, to have the newsstand on one side of the street and having the, all of the extras and New Yorkers crossing the street to get over to the stand. Well, we got to the location and we ran into some problems with one of the owners on one side of the street, and we couldn't set up the newsstand in front of his restaurant, so we had to do it on the other side of the street. And we couldn't cross the street because we didn't have police officers with us. We had to really kind of re-architect exactly how we were going to shoot that scene and how we were going to cover the scene. But having done the homework before and the schematic, it was pretty easy. I mean, we just took the schematic, laid it on the ground, and turned the set sideways and figure out how we were going to get the coverage back and forth, and how we're going to have the people walking, how we're going to do the coverage, the dolly, instead of being in the middle of the street, crossing the street and literally locking down the street, which we couldn't do, we did it right on the side of the street. And, you know, dollied with the people as they got to the newsstand. So that's how the opening of the movie is now. You know, the people are approaching, and, you know, maybe it's better. The important part of that is that we had done our homework before and we're able to change on the fly. And, you know, unless you're an expert director, it might get tripped up a little bit. And then you don't end up getting the coverage you need.